Oh, Diablo 2, the gold standard of the franchise and shadowy figure looming over all future Diablo titles. One of the most charming things about this game is that players continue to learn more about it even to this day. And yet, there's likely a laundry list of things that even experienced D2 players still don't know about this game. How many of these things did you not know? And don't fucking lie to me. Because if I see you're not subscribed, I'm gonna take you seriously, no one does. Let's start with some things that could save your life. Did you know that you don't need to see Duriel die in order to get the final quest in Act 2? With just about every other quest, a player who needs that quest also needs to be present in the immediate area when it's completed. But that's not the case with the final quest in Act 2. While the quest log will immediately say that you failed, if you just continue as usual with the next step and are the first player to talk to Tyrael in the chamber, the quest log will reactivate and tell you to talk to Jaren, allowing you to complete the act. The same is true for the council members in Act 3. As long as you have all of the organ pieces to smash the compelling orb, you can skip the 5th quest entirely. Oh, how I'd love to know how many hardcore players died in a rush not knowing those two things. You can also skip Act 3 by joining the game of someone who's completed Act 3, meaning that you can't get the quest. From there, you just walk down the already opened Travencall steps to the Durance 2, grab the waypoint, and then make your own game and go straight to Mephisto. Poor D2 remake devs that tried to stop players from skipping Act 3, only to make it slightly more complicated. We can't really shit on the devs for this game though, because the immersion really does go deep. For example, did you know that casting dark magic spells can actually kill a paladin? Diablo solidified the paladin as a class in the franchise with holy power. But if these heavenly warriors take a little walk on the dark side and start fucking with that necromancer magic, it could cost them their life.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
There's a few in-game items that allow any character to cast the revive skill, but when a paladin casts this skill, you can see his life total depleting. And oddly enough, the same is true for Raise Skeleton, which is a skill that can't actually be cast by the paladin in normal gameplay. The devs didn't really need to go that far to maintain the level of immersion in the game, but they did, and it's a cool little Easter egg. But quite possibly the greatest Easter egg was revealed by Mr. Llama in 2023. While I show you how it works, I'll also tell you about one of the best turn-based attack games in modern history. You can get infinite magic find in Diablo 2, and it's not even a cheat. In fact, it's a hidden feature added by the original devs. This bonus will only last until you leave the game. A limited window, but huge value. Much like this game. By now, we've all heard of it. Raid is notorious for bringing epic champions onto its roster for a limited time, and for the first time in 3 years, you can unlock Ninja with my link or the QR code on screen. Check the pinned comment for all the details. This is widely regarded as one of the most dangerous monsters in Diablo 2, but instead of running away, try doing this. Clear out a sector of the map containing these souls, leaving exactly 4 of them on screen and no other monsters in the immediate area. After surviving their attacks long enough, they'll start to do one of 2 rituals. One of them will curse you, signifying that you haven't cleared all of the other monsters around. But the other ritual will begin to spell out the initials of the original devs. This is the ritual you want to see. And when you wait for the souls to complete it, you'll be handsomely rewarded with 9,000 MF. And even more if you complete the ritual again. Raid has also got some handsome rewards for you. Just for using my link, you get all of these rewards in-game. This pack also includes Tagore from the Orc faction, one of the best support champions that you can get. They're also giving away a VR headset, $2,000 Amazon gift cards, and so many other insane prizes to my viewers this month. I've outlined how you could win these things in the pinned comment below. I love that there's a game like this that keeps PvP in mind, and what I really appreciate about Raid these days is that you can even play it on PC. Find me in game with this username, join my clan, and let's kick some ass. Did you know that the rune words Plague and Pattern existed in the game before their appearance in D2R? You might have actually known that, because it was in a video by Extimus released 4 years before D2R even came out. Talk about some Twilight Zone shit. These were always in the game. The trigger to activate them, though, just didn't exist. And the funny thing is that they didn't change too much upon their official introduction in D2R. Extimus really was ahead of his time. In fact, he even released the series back in the day, detailing over 100 facts that most people didn't know about Diablo 2. And then he disappeared into the dark corners of the internet, never to be heard from again.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Xtimus here. Were you really thinking about doing a video like this without me, Cooley?
Bill, I told you not to let anyone in here while we're recording. Look, X, YouTube has changed since you've been on top of the game. Everyone's a content copier now. I'm just trying to blend in.
Well, keep it going. Tell me something that I don't know.
How's this? With only 2 pieces of the Triangul set, you receive a non-class specific bonus of plus 18 skill points to Fireball. This would be extremely broken on a Sorceress, but the ability is secretly capped at plus 3 for that class, much like Battle Command and Battle Orders is secretly capped at plus 3 on a Barbarian for the rune word Call to Arms. Regardless, the Trang Belt and Glove combo outpace Mage Fist and a Rack when it comes to achieving the highest level Fireball possible on a Sorceress.
Interesting. But did you know that there's something even cooler about the Trang set? Aside from morphing into a vampire, when the Necromancer wears the full set, his movement abilities get a very odd bonus. His run/walk speed gets a huge bonus, but also his running and walking speed are the same while in this form. This is important because when your character runs in this game, your defense is set to 0, allowing monsters to hit you at will. But this hidden Trang set bonus means you can essentially run while the game still considers you to be walking, making the Necromancer the only class that can move at full speed while maintaining defense.
Just gonna one-up me like that. All right. Well, did you know about the infinite gold trick that we did a video on, where you can sell a grinding item to a vendor for a higher price than you can buy it back for, leading to an infinite gold loop? Did you know about that? Did you know about that one, Xtimus? Let's see you one-up that one.
That was good. Did you know that certain vendors charge different prices for the exact same item? In Diablo 2, Geed not only comes across as a shady salesman, but true to character, he actually is. Geed will sell you the exact same item that any other vendor will sell you, but for a higher price. You can test this out by purchasing an item from Akara and noting the price. Then sell it to Geed and try buying it back. The price is higher. Furthermore, the opposite is true for Charcy. She will sell you items cheaper than any other vendor. So if you're doing that trick, Charcy is the best NPC for the job. Alright, that was enough with those useless things that no one's ever gonna need to know and that nobody should ever abuse.
Alright, that's it. Get him out of here. Bill, get him out. No one else while we're recording. Last chance. Speaking of last chances, don't lose your quest rewards from Mala or Alcor. There's a reason these NPCs don't drop their rewards on the ground like other ones do if your inventory is full. If, for whatever reason, you lose the Scroll of Resistance or the Potion of Life, they will never be rewarded to you again, and you'll never get the bonuses that they provide. Some people might have heard that potions in Diablo 2 can crit or have double the effect. This is indeed true with healing and mana potions, but what you might not know is that it's also true for fulminating and strangling potions. In fact, a throw barb using the throw mastery skill can essentially obtain unlimited exploding and poison potions by taking advantage of this. It's definitely not a useful trick in PvP, but this one certainly is. If one of your teammates has access to the skill Whirlwind, you can become immune to all projectiles. All it takes is for your teammate to whirlwind through you while you're standing still. Then, as long as you remain in that same spot, no enemy projectiles can harm you. I bet that random guy that got slain by Ginger Gaming Mentor live on stream would have loved to have known that. GGM was glitching some cold damage with freezing arrow charges, which seems cool, but I couldn't find any footage on it or anything, so maybe I shouldn't have brought this one up. Let's move on.
Don't worry about that, Cooley. I can kill you again.
How the fuck do people keep getting in here? Bill!
Hello guys and gals and welcome! So today I wanted to show you how you can multiply your holy freeze damage against multiple targets with the use of one single item.
Not so fast, GGM. If Bill ain't gonna solve this problem, my bad-mannered necromancer certainly will. Let's see who's laughing now!
Now what you can do with freezing arrow charges is you can use these to multiply the cold damage of your Holy Freeze aura, which essentially gets applied directly to the freezing arrow's explosion and does a massive amount of damage. And of course, once you actually go into combat and you have a large number of monsters all packed up very tightly, And then we fire off our freezing arrows, and you see we literally just murder the entire pack of monsters. It works very nicely. And of course, you still get the Holy Freeze aura itself. And this is how I killed Cooley.
That's enough. Get him out of here. Get him out. GGM also discovered that all of the RNG that we think exists in this game is actually just loosely tied to the game seed and some of your in-game actions. For example, there's a way to pop unlimited bear runes from your single player seeds, and when you know which one you're on, you can predict how all of the rune words are going to roll on that game seed. Man, I hope no one figures out how to read those seeds on BattleNet. Man, and if they do, you better let me know. Thanks to Raid for sponsoring this. The only way to get the things we talked about is with my link or this QR, so don't fucking miss it.